Like for whoever coming online, part of the background noise, it's inescapable right now. All right. If we're watching online, couple of minutes, we're gonna start it up, all right?
You were the first person.
A little more patience, all right? Testing, testing. All right.
You are the first participant on the super conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join. This call is being recorded.
That's one of the crazy.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Wow, wow.
We get out in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes or so to join. You know what I mean?
Come.
About 3 minutes or so. You know what I mean? All right, you got any questions up?
Come, sir.
Let's go.
If I could.
Come.
I wanted to know, in Deuteronomy, when it says, Jeshurun, where it says Jeshurun, it's like, you know what I'm saying, that's referring to Israel. Like, I wanted to know, like, what was the, you know what I'm saying, like, the meaning of
Say it again.
Jeshurun. I wanted to know, like, what was the meaning of, you know what I'm saying, like, what's the meaning of Jeshurun?
You gotta go pull it up. You know, a lot of stuff like that you can probably get out the Bible dictionary, but you're gonna have to pull whatever you're talking about. It sounds like something you have to go to the Bible dictionary for. I know what Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Is what you're talking about?
If I could, I looked into a Bible dictionary, and it is referring to Israel. That's another name, but I just wanted to know if it was, you know what I'm saying, another, something else to it. You know what I'm saying? There's more to it.
Right. I never looked into it. There was more into it. I'll have to come back to you on judgment. All right. All right. No sweat. That was your only question? No, no sweat. That was your only question? All right. No sweat. I didn't want too many questions anyway. I was going to make your way to the end of the class, but get ahead and open. We're going to get into my topic: love, sex, and marriage. So I'm saying the One West way. All right. So One West approved. You're going to give me you're going to start with Old Faithful. Give me Isaiah 4:1. All right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. All I can have. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. We will eat our own bread.
Stop.
And wear our own.
And wear our own clothing. Today's topic is love, sex, and marriage. In that day, what is that day? First of all, this is the scripture talking about polygamy, the right for a man to have more than one woman. What is this scripture referring to? What is in that day? What does that mean? Come.
If I could, something about this day, like today.
That day is today, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, meaning 7 women in today's day, in today's society, today's economy, no matter how impoverished you might think that blacks and Hispanics are, no matter how destroyed you might think that we are as a people, when you read Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day is talking about today. It's talking about right now. You understand? 7 women shall take hold of one man. So 7 women will sleep with one man, saying what? Saying what? Come.
If I could, a man is going to have multiple wives, multiple ribs.
Slide, I already broke that part down. I need you to keep up. He's going to have multiple ribs. I said saying. I want you to continue reading.
We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel.
Meaning, let me tell you something. A lot of young men think the way you get women is by splurging your money on them, flashing your money, flashing your possessions, right? And that can follow you into your older years if you just never learn. These women will eat their own bread, meaning you don't have to put all the food in the refrigerator. It's a very common, I'm not going to say a misconception, it's a very common thought process in Western society that if a man isn't the one filling the fridge up and a man isn't the one paying every bill, then he's not a man. But these women, in the day that we're talking about today, 7 women, these are 7 righteous women, shall take hold of one righteous man and will do what? They're going to eat their own bread, man. You're going to be, let me tell you something, brother. You're going to be able to go to a woman's house and this food, she already got the food there. She's already in the kitchen cooking for you, brother. Like, you don't have to go and splurge on your money. It's just so backwards to think that you have to spend money in order to have a good woman. That is a peasant's mentality. It's a weak man's mentality to think that I have to spend money to have a good woman. You understand? These women will eat their own bread. They'll cook for themselves and provide money for themselves, have their own jobs, and they'll have their own houses. And they'll wear their own apparel. It's fine. Let me tell you something, brother. It's perfectly fine if your woman likes red bottoms and Christian and Louis and Dior and all those designer tags. That's perfectly fine. You know what should be happening though, since she loves it so much? She should be able to purchase that for herself. You understand? We're our own apparel. You love all those expensive clothes and the silks and the velvets and the quadruple stitch clothing. That's fine. She should be able to purchase that herself. These are the attributes of a righteous woman. Let me tell you something. A righteous woman is not just a woman who has her head covered, can say shalom, can say yes, sir, and can give you the sister salute from the school. That does not make you a righteous sister, man. You understand that? That makes you bare minimum. You understand? That means you are the bare minimum. Like, brother, if you're sleeping with a woman that does not call you sir, that does not say yes, sir, when you give her an order, that does not obey everything you say, then you're not even making the bare minimum out of a woman. You're not even getting her bare minimum worth. Read that verse again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Tell you something, man. It is the bare minimum for them to follow law, statutes, and commandments. Like for you as a man, you gotta be hardcore. You gotta go to camps. You gotta counsel brothers. You gotta make sure that every step you take is calculated. You gotta make sure that you protect yourself, her, the kids, and the household. You gotta make and your multiple households. These are 7 women. You understand? This is 7 women. They shall take hold of one man. You have to make sure you protect and care for all of that. And her job, along with being a lawful woman, is a woman that listens and obeys without you feeling the need to constantly breathe down her neck. Do you understand that? Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Brother, you ain't got to give a woman nothing but rod. You understand? Rod and protection. You do not have to spend checks on women. You do not have to spend 1,000 years with your woman. You understand? It is not necessary. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Brother, being with you takes away her reproach. You understand? Her being with you takes away her reproach. Now imagine a woman says, no, you're too hardcore for me. No, I don't think I want this. You're one West. Oh no. Because let me tell you something, brother. It sounds appealing. Getting a one West soldier sounds very appealing until you have one. Do you understand? Like I'm catching what I'm laying down. It's very appealing until you have one. All you gotta do is lay rod down and lay protection down, brother. Now, whatever works for each household, as far as eat your own bread and their own apparel, if your household works better with you working and her working, brother, then do it. If you prefer to only work, then you do that. If y'all both agree that she should only work, then you do that. Brother, that's whatever you decide for your household. What this is saying is the days where men have to spend checks to get the most beautiful women, spend checks to get obedient women, those days are worldly days. Those are the days that drug dealers have to deal with, that men in the world have to deal with, and that sluts and whores in the world love. Sluts and whores in the world love when they don't have to spend money around you. Believe me, brother, when you get a righteous woman, she'll get the chance to spend money on you. She'll love it. The chance to cook meals for you, she'll love it. Do you understand? She'll salivate. Her mouth will water at the chance to spend money on you. Right? Drop that. Give me Ecclesiasticus 36 and 21 in our powerful. All right? Now, something else with the 7 women while we got it. What is 7 women good for? What's 7 women good for? What are 7 women good for? This scripture says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Come.
As you know, what I'm saying that it's a woman is a healthy for a man. You know, what I'm saying that you have seven women. You know, what I'm saying you got 7 healthy.
You have 7 helpmates. That's entirely true. You have 7 bad women that you get them in the right spirit, brother. They might even be able to work together on some level. I wouldn't tell you to make them live together, but they might even be able to work together. Now you get sometimes you might pick a wrong one. She might be what you call that? Not a rotten egg, a dud. She might be a dud. You know, you go to the car lot. You thought that car was running and good and was solid, and it turned out to be a lemon. She might be a dud. 7 women is good, brother, because now let's say one of them turns out to be a dud. You have 6 left. You understand? Yeah, you have 6 solid ones. You go and pick about 7, brother. Because women are never, we're going to get into that a little later. Women are never in the truth. You understand? They're never completely in the truth. And I'll explain what that means later on down the line. All right? For now, give me Ecclesiasticus 36 and 21.
Ecclesiastes 36, verse 31. Everybody got it?
21.
21. Everybody got it?
Come.
A woman will receive every man.
Read it again.
A woman will receive every man.
One more time.
A woman will receive every man.
Brother, you hate that special. A woman will crack her legs open for a lot of men. A lot of men are able to sleep with you. I hope you know that. There's a lot of men that are capable of that. It takes a woman who knows what. She knows what. What must a woman know for her to not fall into the category of being able just to sleep with any and every man? She needs to know that her vagina actually has worth. You understand? A vagina has worth. It's not a sex toy. You understand? A woman will receive any man. Any man. Why do you think that it's very like in the world? Why do you think women just have so many babies, right? Your mother has 3 or 4 men in another house as you were a child. You and your siblings don't all have the same fathers. Because a woman will receive every man. They complain about deadbeats, but she slept with the deadbeat. She says she got an abortion because that man wasn't worth nothing. He was a piece of ass man, and a piece of crap man, he wasn't worth nothing. But he was worth enough for her to crack the legs open. A woman will receive every man. Read on.
Yet is one daughter better than another?
Brother, you could run out here to anything. It is quite, I say it's flipped on its head. You think that a man, it's flipped on its head in the world. In the world, a man will receive every woman. There's so many things a man has to do in the world, like we just touched on earlier. Spend loads of money, right? Change his entire persona just to try to get a chance at this woman who done slept with 50 brothers out of one apartment building. You understand? It's flipped on its head in the world. In righteousness, in the right spirit, brother, like there's one daughter that's better than the rest. You understand? As a man, as a real man, as a man of God, as a man in the community of YAHANNA, you look at women and you go, she's all right, but this one is better. And this one is cool. But this one is better. Yeah, you're right. She can't cook like that. But this one, brother, she loved working with her hands. She liked bringing that bacon home. There's a woman that's better than another woman. There's a woman that's going to give you a headache There's a woman that's not going to give you a headache. You understand? There's a woman you're going to argue with every day you come home. There's a woman you're going to argue with once or twice a month when you come home. You understand? Because you're going to argue with them. They're women.
Here to clarify silhouettes.
The difference is there's one that you're going to argue with slightly. There's one you're going to argue with constantly. There's one daughter that's better than another brother. And it's very vital that in your choosing process, you thoroughly vet these women before you put your rod inside of her. Because once you were stuck with her, you were stuck with her headaches. You found a woman whose headaches you want to keep. That's marriage. You see her headaches and her problems, and you say, I'll deal with them for the rest of my life. Read on.
Verse 22. The beauty of a woman careth and
The countenance.
And a man loveth nothing better.
The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance. Meaning, brother, when you see a beautiful woman, you just can't help but smile, brother. Like, I don't believe there's any other time I smile other than in the presence of beautiful women. Beautiful women just cheer your countenance. It just makes you feel happy inside. They're so soft. Even the most evil woman, who before she opens her mouth and you find out she's evil, before you spend time around her and you find out she's evil, the beauty on her just makes you happy, makes you smile. A woman can make you smile when, as a man of God, you walk around hard, fighting the world, fighting your oppressor, constantly fighting demons, fighting the principles and powers that rule and reign over blacks and Hispanics. A woman can make you smile in the middle of that art. That's why one daughter is better than another. There's one that will continuously make you smile. There's one that after a while, anytime your phone rings and she texts you, you're just looking at it, shaking your damn head, like wondering about the mistake you made. Read on.
Verse 23.
Oh, yeah.
If there be kindness, meekness, or comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like another man?
Then is not her husband like other men. Meaning, if there's kindness and meekness and comfort in her tongue, you not like any old regular man. Like, brother, to come home to kindness, meekness, warmth, and comfort, brother, from a woman, brother, it's like, it's one of the best feelings on earth. It's one of the best pleasures you can have as a man on earth. That's a part of the kingdom of heaven if you don't know. The kingdom of heaven, that's why Christ said, I liken the kingdom of heaven like unto 10 virgins that went to meet one bridegroom, right? Meaning 10 women that was going to marry one man. And they were going to make this man exceedingly happy. What's the point of that story? He likened a man and all his wives that made him extremely happy to the kingdom of heaven. But being with women that genuinely make you smile, that make you happy, brother. Like when you walk in the house, you don't want to kill her. You don't want to choke her. You understand? You're happy to actually give her kids. She come to you and tell you she's pregnant. You don't start scratching your head like, start trying to find the nearest Planned Parenthood. Like, that's not what you do. When a woman generally makes you happy, you're just happy to do everything. You're happy for the kids. You're happy to argue. You're just happy with all of the bullcrap. You understand? There's a woman that does the opposite. There's a woman, brother, that you look at and you go, she's so pretty. You're like a deer in the headlights with the car coming full speed at you. You're just standing there looking like, she's so pretty. And the whole time, she's just about to ruin your life, brother. She's about to destroy you. But you're so caught up with those, what they call Space Jam. I forgot the name of them. These certain type of leggings that women wear in the ghetto. That, brother, they accent every curve. Every curve and every crevice is slipping tight. Every curve and every crevice, brother. And when she walks, every ounce of meat moves. Every ounce. All right? And you just looking at it like in the headlights, watching it go in the bodega. And now you going in the bodega. Next thing you know, 3 or 4 months later, you over here scratching your head on the couch looking for the nearest Planned Parenthood because she just walked out the bathroom, troll hair on, no food cooked, whole house dirty. She pregnant with a stick on her hand. You sitting here looking around like, oh my goodness. I thought I was having fun. I thought it was just going to be fun, right? Not understanding the responsibilities that come with love, sex, and marriage. You understand? Read that verse again.
Verse 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, that is not her husband like another man.
Or you ain't nothing like another man, brother. You get a woman there, but you tell her to cook, she cook. You say, I need my hair braided, I need my hands scratched, I need my back rubbed, she does it. You say, I need this done, I want this done, it's a feast day coming up, I want you to cook this. Brother, you just sitting there like, waiting for her to rebel. She just sitting there goes, can I want kind of stuff? Yes, sir. What would you like? How much? This ingredient or this ingredient? You just sitting there like, happy. You understand? Happy. All right? Give me Ecclesiasticus 25:1. All right? Because, brother, as rough and rugged as we are, when we leave that street corner, we leave them classes, all a black man in America wants is a little bit of comfort, brother. He wants to not be under his oppressor, and he wants to be comforted by a young, beautiful woman. So, like, I know some of you brothers are a lot older than me. I'm just saying a young, beautiful woman, because everybody loves a young, beautiful woman. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. Good. Give me Ecclesiasticus 25:1.
Ecclesiastes 25, verse 1. In three things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful, both before Most High and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a wife that agree together.
3 things that was beautified, stood up beautiful before the Most High and men. So in 3 things, you can stand before the Most High and say, this is beautiful. There's 3 chief things, right? 3 main things that if you present them before the Most High, He will always say they're beautiful. The unity of brethren. Do I need to speak on that too much more about the unity of brotherhood that we have in I.S.U.P.K? The fact that you brothers come together for feast days, you come together for classes, brother, you build entire schools together, entire states together, entire cities. Brother, we are tearing down America piece by piece, if y'all don't know. And it takes the unity of brother to do that. The love of neighbors, not harming your brother in any shape, form, or fashion, not offending him in any shape, form, or fashion, on purpose, because you love him. That stops crime in the community. You understand? The number 1 problem in the black community is sin. Sin is just another word for crime. When you love your neighbor, you don't steal, kill, murder. You don't do adultery, fornication. You do none of that when you have a love of your neighbor. And the 3rd thing is a man and a wife that agree together. Brother, now, what are you going to agree on? Y'all both agree to be 2 ain't worth nothing people. Y'all both ain't worth nothing. Y'all both out here in these streets. She's a whore and you're a homosexual drug dealer. Y'all both just agree to not be nothing. She's a slut and you just running around. What's the right word? You're running around pretending to be the most gangster. You think you Al Capone. You think you Pacino. You think you Scarface. You think you're Nicky Barnes. You're running around the streets believing you're the most gangster person in the world. And you and your woman agree on that. You agree she should be a slut. She agrees you should be a fake gangster. Is that what it's talking about? No, that's not what it's talking about. There's many things you can agree on. What would the Most High approve of that you can agree on? I don't know what it is. What would the Most High agree on? If you present something between a man and a woman, the Most High says it's beautiful, what is it? Come.
If I could, you know what I'm saying, I'll get between a man and a woman, you know what I'm saying, a child.
That's one thing, brother. I'm saying, give me a scenario where you'll be able to bring a man and a woman before the Most High, and the Most High would smile. If she's a slut and he's a homosexual drug dealer, or he's running, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell y'all one thing about me, right? Because you're gonna hear me say this a lot. Y'all probably heard me say this a lot for as long as I've been teaching class. I believe you are all gay if you're not an I.S.U.P.K. There's just no way around it. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't believe, oh, well, the brother, no. If you're not an I.S.U.P.K, I believe you either an activated homosexual or you're a homosexual waiting to be activated. That's just it. Either you've already been activated or you just waiting to get activated, brother. Like, ain't no two ways around that. So, if you present a slut, a fast woman, a woman that just loves the attention of men, right? That's a lot of humans wild that love having male friends too. You believe your wife is not a slut. She's not. She just likes having male friends. All right, brother. I'm gonna let you do what you do. That's your household. You do what you do, brother. If you bring a slut and a drug dealer before the Most High, would he approve of that? You bring a look. This says in 3 things I was beautified instead of beautiful. Meaning, there's 3 things that you bring before God, it's gonna be beautiful. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a man and a wife that agree together. So if I bring a slut, this is a typical couple in the world. Like you can't tell me, let me tell you something, you can't tell me anything different about any woman in the world or any man in the world. I don't care about this is the situation, this is the circumstances in which this happened. I don't care. If you a slut, you a slut. You in the world, you're either a slut that's already activated, or you're a whore that's waiting to get activated. You understand? Like if your woman has male friends, she's waiting for the chance. Like the chance is there to sleep with them. You understand? For a woman to like that type of attention is whorish. You understand? That's whorish. So that's a whore that's waiting to be activated. The right, like this is the same thing I tell you with men. A lot of these celebrities, a lot of these athletes, they might not be homosexuals right now. Right? Not all of them have bent over, right? Not all of them have done that disgusting act. But present the right situation before them. Present the right contract, the right amount of money, the right position in society, right? And give it enough time, right? Are you telling me they wouldn't? You would stand on that based on what? Do they follow God like you follow God? Do they hit the corners like you hit the corners? Do they sacrifice their lives to raise up other people like you do? So what makes you so willing and ready to stand for anybody in the world? You understand? So they're all homosexuals who are either activated or waiting to be activated. They're all sluts and whores who are either activated or waiting to be activated. So if I bring a whore and a drug dealer before the Most High, will he be happy? God. No, he would not be happy. I say this, I don't say this too often, because don't misunderstand me when I say this. If you're in the world, you probably shouldn't even have sex. You don't know the responsibility that comes with sex. Every black and Hispanic in the world just needs to come into the truth. Stop having sex for like 2 seconds and get your mind straight and then come into the truth. Do Israel need the babies? Yes. But we're Israel. We'll always have babies. Stop for 2 seconds and come to the truth. Just for 2 seconds. Stop for 2 seconds. Stop looking at everything that got leggings on. You a sister, stop looking at everything that got that's just dark. Let me tell you something. That's just dark skin with a beard. They even homosexualize the braids now. If you ain't noticed, they got brothers shaving off the side of their heads and putting braids just on top. And they got brothers doing the 2 braids with all the shaves. Brother, I did not feel bad cutting my braids on at all. So I'm like, it's not even like they just trying to make everything look homosexual now. If you bring a slut and a homosexual before God, he does not approve. Stop trying to sleep with everything. Stop thinking everything just it looks good. It's sleepable. That's not the case, brother. You understand? A man and a wife that agree together that can come before the Most High means you both follow law, statutes, and commandments. You both agree that this is the terms of the contract. You know, not I hate to say contract. That's something oppressive. This is the terms of what we're gonna do. I'm in charge. You are submissive. I'm going to do this. You're going to do that. These are the laws I set down. This is what you follow. That's a man and a wife that agree together. You understand? So many of you, your wife does not agree with you. The Most High would not be pleased if you walked up with that whore that you were sleeping next to and said, look, it's my wife. The Most High will be shaking his head. But like, let me tell you that right now. You love her so much and you like, but she's so pretty. The Most High is looking down like, this whore. This man of God with this whore. You understand? A man and a wife that agree together is beautiful before the Most High. Don't let that go over your heads. It's not deep, but don't let it go over your heads, brother. All right? Slovakia. Me 1 Corinthians 7:1. That also means marriage should be for the long haul, brother. If your wife was split on you, like, brother, let me tell you something. If you even just talking to a man, a woman would split on you because of issues and problems, brother, reconsider that woman. You understand? Reconsider her. Marriage is a long time, brother. Like, marriage is forever. Do y'all understand that? The woman y'all sleeping with right now, you understand you're going to wake up to that bad breath every morning? And you're going to have to get over it. You're going to have to get over that bad breath, brother. If you wake up with that bad breath, you're just going to have to say, baby, go brush that. You understand? You're going to come in there, it's a very One West thing. You're going to come in there with One West feet. What do I mean by One West feet? Brother, One West, we wear boots 24/7. 24, brother, I done went to sleep with these boots on, I can't tell you how many times. By the time they come off after a foot, brother, sometimes, when you're doing the work that we do, sometimes you can't shower. Sometimes you're running around, now you close your eyes for 2 seconds, you crack them open, it's time to go to sleep. You understand? Sometimes you can't even hop in the shower. Brother, your feet been in them boots for 48 hours. You don't know if your woman love you? Don't say nothing to her about it. And see if she buys some foot powder. That's a keeper right there. That's a joke. But it's very serious. There's certain compromises and things you have to do in marriage. A man and a wife that agree together, it's for the long haul. Just understand that. A lot of you brothers, a lot of brothers, let me stop seeing you. A lot of brothers just get women that ain't built like that. Understand? They're not built like that. They built for a short time, and as long as everything is good and smooth, they just ain't built like that. All right? Give me 1 Corinthians 7:1.
1 Corinthians 7:1. Everybody got it? Now concerning the things whereof he wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Now, what is Paul talking about here? This means everybody got to be Catholic priests, right? This means when the Catholic priests touch little boys, they follow in 1 Corinthians 7:1, right? It's a lot. hey, this is yours, so you ain't got to touch it now. If you don't want it, that's all on you. I had it in the crib. I'm trying to get over the crib. You know what I mean? Does that mean he'll be a Catholic priest? No. Paul had the ability, the gift, to never need to have sex with a woman. You understand? He's saying it's good for a man not to touch a woman. That's all he's saying. His gift is a good gift. It allows you to focus on the work of the Most High. I don't have that gift. And Paul was a great man, but I don't want that gift. All right? Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
No, this does not mean one man, one woman, monogamy. It's not this mean. That means every man should have to avoid fornication, meaning you trying to be Paul. You saying, hey, I don't need no woman. I'm focusing on God. Yahuwah Yasharal Facebook battle. And you trying to be Paul, brother. And now we find out you watching porn. And we find out you sleeping with whores and paying for prostitutes. Because you trying to be Paul. Brother, you ain't Paul. You understand? You're not Paul. All right? Let every man to avoid all that porn, sex toys, all that stuff that just ain't right. Let every man have his, get your wife out. Like, go get your wife. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a wife. And let every woman have her own husband. Like, go get a husband. Like, relax. All right, go get a husband and relax. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. And verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due
benevolent.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Brother, throw that rod. Salakia. Brother, tear it up, bro. Like, don't be, let me say something. So many men get into arguments. I've never experienced this, but so many men get into arguments with women, and their reaction is, now this could be a reaction. I'm speaking from in a weak standpoint. Their reaction is cut off the sex. But so many of your wives are arguing with you because you don't lay the pipe down properly. Like, you, brother, I know that might sound that sounds so worldly to y'all, don't it? Well, we talking about we ain't lay the pipe down properly. No, brother. If you was doing it how one West man do it, you wouldn't have these problems, I believe me. You wouldn't have these problems. She wouldn't be coming up in here trying to bust you upside the head with a damn frying pan, brother. She would not, I'm telling you. She'd be too afraid, like, if I swing on him, he's going to kill me. She knew you wouldn't touch her, but she ain't sure you wouldn't touch her because you a little rough. And she knows that if she get out of line, she ain't getting none of that rod. None of that rod. That rod keep a relationship together better than a therapist. That rod is better than your counselor. Like, let me tell you that. You over there going to a therapist trying to get some counsel. I just got these problems and this is just so hard. And a therapist that's providing gonna say, oh, you do? Oh, let's brother, all that marriage counsel, garbage. Now, you do, sometimes you need some serious marriage counsel, you get that in school. What I'm talking about is, brother, so many of these problems come from you not taking charge of that house and laying that rod down. You understand? Laying that rod down. You cheer for the Cowboys every damn Sunday with all your might. When you go to sleep with your woman, you let the Cowboys more than your wife. Like, what you want me to tell you? I don't know what you want me to tell you. Read verse 4. Now it says, render, give her due benevolence, meaning this is what you owe her. You owe her this rod. You gave it to her, now you owe it to her. She threw that thing back on you, now she got to keep throwing that thing back on you, brother. She owe you that. You owe her that. Give your wife that due benevolence. And let the wife give the husband that due benevolence. Read verse 4. We get a cup of water. You're all that there.
Verse 4. The wife has not power of her own the husband.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, also the husband has not power over his own body, but the wife.
Understand, like, brother, your wife got a right to be all over your body like that, brother. She got a right to demand sex. You have a right to demand sex, all right? She don't get in her head the difference, brother. This woman, you really want to see what this woman is like, no. Brother, go get another one, right? That's Isaiah 4:1. That's what I was waiting for y'all to touch on when I asked that question earlier. Isaiah 4:1. Brother, you over here begging this woman for sex. Please. Brother, go get 7. Any woman that denies the rod that you have to offer her as a man of God in the community of YAHANNA, brother, forget about it. Forget about it, brother. Don't even think twice about it. Don't dwell on it. Discard her. There's women who would fight over the chance. Brother, Rachel and Leah negotiated prices for Jacob's rod. She said, I ain't been getting enough of my man every night. I will sell you these mandrakes for one night with him. And they started negotiating prices on how long she could keep Jacob in that tent, throwing it back on him. And you want to argue with some woman about sex? Brother, hell no. Hell no. And don't call me with that problem. Now, of course, Salakia, call me with that problem. Salakia. Call me with the problem. But don't call me with that damn problem, because then I'm going to say, all right, would you like another one? Like, brother, let's go get you another one. Like, let's go. We just go to the bar. Let's go to the bar and we'll get you another one. Like, I'm not playing them games, and I wouldn't expect any of you to play those games. You are priestly men who put work in day and day out for the Most High God. You sacrifice your life to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And you do things that no other man on earth does what you do. No other man on earth. Call me with a problem that you have as far as your red not listening. Your red, she not giving you the cat. Brother, we gonna go to the bar that night. I'm not hearing that. We gonna go to the bar that night. I got a lot of free time in my hands nowadays. We gonna go to the bar that night. Do you understand? 375.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time. That ye may give yourselves a fasting and pray.
I mean, what? Sometimes, brother, it's good. Y'all both agree. Yeah, we shouldn't do it. We're not gonna have sex right now, man. We're not gonna do that right now. Maybe you want to fast and pray. You want to withhold yourself from sex, withhold yourself from meat, withhold yourself from pleasures. Maybe you're used to watching the basketball games throughout the week. Maybe you want to not watch basketball. You used to come home and tearing that up every night. Maybe you're gonna be telling, maybe let's agree to not have sex for 2 weeks. Like, y'all, you can do stuff like that, man. We ain't gonna have sex for a month, even 2 months. Things like you can do stuff like that. That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer. Read on.
And come together again.
But come together again, like, brother, don't come together again. Don't get it's gonna be right. We don't.
That sin tempts you not for your
incontinency. Incontinency. So like, let me go. I didn't even pull that up. Lacking in moderation or self-control, especially of sexual desire. So I made a definition that time. You understand? So that Satan tempts you not for your lack of discipline and sexual desire. Meaning, now you stop sleeping with her, but y'all not sleeping together. Brother, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened now. Now your woman is getting sex toys, brother. We know that, right? She's playing with plastic now. She don't go play with that plastic that some Jewish man made to look like the thing that you have between your legs, brother. I wanna let you know that. She don't get that plastic. And I hope none of you brothers go get that little blow up dog. Now you really better not call me talking about some you got a blow up dog. Like, brother, you're gonna have to counsel. Like, you're gonna have to counsel. I mean, no plus to it, none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. Isn't unlawful? Ain't nothing saying you can't do it, brother. But that damn sure ain't helping your spirit or her spirit. There's certain things, like Paul said, that's lawful, but you should really think twice about doing. Like he said, that's 10 and 23 in 1 Corinthians, or somewhere around there. Everything that's lawful is an expedient. It's lawful. Should you do it? Like being a vegan. Being a vegan is lawful. You don't have to eat meat except on Passover. But what scientists are finding out now is what? They get all types of skin diseases. They got IBS, irritable bowel disease, because the meat has something that ails your gut. You think the Most High was tripping when he told us to eat meat? You think he was just bugging when he said this is lawful for and good for you to eat? You think that white people years later just found something that was so much smarter than the Most High? Be a vegan. And now they getting all, brother. There's a young Caucasian girl whose teeth began to turn the powder in her mouth because her parents had her on a vegan diet. There's certain things that's lawful, but they're not expedient. And you get a sex toy. And she like, let the crackhead, you gonna look at yourself like, yeah. You're gonna be in the mirror looking at yourself like you're a crackhead. Like, I'm just trying to tell you, the destruction of the spirit is gonna cause is ridiculous. All right. I'm going to touch on porn and the effects of sex toys next week, Lord willing. Right? If I remember, or if I don't change the curriculum, I'll touch on that next week. But that's incontinency, the lack of discipline and sexual desire. You understand? So come back together so that now she ain't trying to put dildos in her body, brother. You ain't out here watching white women on tape. Watching porn. I'm not gonna get into all that. Like you're not like I'm not doing this. I don't want to think about it. You ain't watching porn. She ain't playing with it. Just don't do none of that. Just come back together. All right. Verse 6.
Verse 6. But I speak this by permission, and not of
Commandment.
command.
Meaning what? You ain't gotta listen to Paul right here. This isn't a commandment. He's telling you something that's very, very wise, though. Don't be stupid and think you're wiser than Paul, because you're not. He's telling you something very wise. It ain't something that's a law, though. What does Paul care? Go play with it, though. Who cares? There's women out here that are salivating. They see the body and they drooling. They drooling. Their heads got their side, they drooling. They see soccer war, brother, and they stand in that camp. I mean, maybe y'all don't know what this means when women does this. I hope y'all know. Y'all are around longer than me. They stand in that camp with their legs crossed, brother. I hope you know what that means. You know what that means? Yeah, she's standing in that camp with her legs crossed, brother. She not hearing her. I told you women ain't in the truth. She ain't hearing the word that's being spoken in that microphone. She's staring at that brother that's on post. That's what she's doing. She's staring. She's staring. After about a good 20, 30 seconds, that brother's just doing this right here. He lock out with her one time. Boom. Legs crossed. So I tell y'all, it ain't a commandment though. Don't listen to me. What do I know, right? I'm just a priest and prophet. I just been trained by Commander General YAHANNA. So what do I know? Read on. Verse 7.
Verse 7. For I would that all men were even as I myself.
Paul wants every man. Yeah, so I can read on. I'm gonna get it there.
But every man has his proper gift of the Most High. one after this matter and another after that.
Yeah, like, bro, everybody has their own gift of God. Paul was able to go his whole life without women. I don't want his gift. I'm glad I don't have his gift. However, he's saying that if you did have this gift, you just be able to focus on work that much more. That's all he's saying. When he's saying, I wish everyone could do what I do, he's not bashing women. It's not a, we do believe in misogyny. Let's say that first of all. I.S.U.P.K completely believes toxic masculinity. We love it. We absolutely love it. But the Bible is not some anti-woman book. It's a get in line book. It's a get in your proper place book. Paul isn't bashing women when he says, I prefer brothers not touch women. He's saying, brother, there's just so much power that comes with the fact that when you're not worried about women. You understand? There's just so much power that comes with it. That's all Paul is saying, right? But even he said, go ahead and go get a woman. All right? Somebody got to keep having all these children. Yeah. You ain't got to tell them Puerto Rican that shit. It's a lot. You ain't got to tell them Puerto Rican to go ahead and get your wife out. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, brothers, Judah come into the truth and swear, I'm going to be Paul. I'm going to be a Nazarite. No sweat, brother. You go ahead and do you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and be realistic and go get some meat. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be realistic. I'm not about to pretend I'm Paul. All right? Give me Proverbs 31. I'm not staying there long night because I don't like pulling the same set of scriptures all the time. And Proverbs 31 is something we just pull very often.
Chapter Proverbs 31.
10. 10.
Proverbs 31, verse 10. Everybody got it?
Good.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
No, you just get ahead and read on. Like, here's what I'm gonna do, right? Because this is very basic stuff. I just want to get a couple of these attributes of a righteous woman out there. All right, a couple, not even of a virtuous woman. This being righteous and this being virtuous when a woman is concerned. As a brother and a sister, being righteous is the bare minimum. We'll say it again, it's the bare minimum. You brothers and sisters are amazing for doing what you do in such a disgusting world. Don't get that messed up. However, understand, if he was in the kingdom, being righteous is the bare minimum. See what I'm saying? Everybody has to do that. So don't be looking in the mirror like, I'm righteous. Like, everybody has to be righteous. As a woman, like men, as a man, you know this, right? As a man, what do we constantly say? You gotta fish more brothers, right? You gotta do this, you gotta do that, we gotta build a school, we gotta do this, we gotta do. We're constantly talking about what? Putting more work in. We know that being righteous is the bare minimum. Brother, I could have, I'm an Israelite. Oh, I.S.U.P.K is home of the truth. Oh, I can't do this, can't do this, can't do that. I can't do this. No problem. I'm gonna stay at home and follow the laws. I could have done that, and I would have been doing the bare minimum. But the Bible says make your election sure. Go put all that extra work in. If you got a woman that swears she's virtuous because she followed the law and her man, brother, I ain't gonna say I pray for you, but I pray for you. I pray for you. If she ain't doing what I'm about to describe right here, okay, you got a righteous woman. Whoop-de-do. Like, whoop-de-do. Cool. But every time you come in the house, there's still ain't no food cooked. I'm still dirty. Them kids bad as hell because them laws that you lay down, when you going, she ain't holding them up. She might be righteous, brother, but she not virtuous. Read on.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband do it safely. Trust in her.
Man, you could trust in this woman. You ain't got to think twice like, is she being a slut right now? Like, if you got a woman and you like, brother, Let me tell you something. You ever pull up on a woman and there's a man leaving out the house? And you can confidently say, you can confidently just ask her, etc. Oh, that's the cable man. Cable truck's right there. Uniform is on. You know the cable man was coming, right? No big deal, right? Let's say you got some random nigga coming out the house. Oh, that's my uncle such and such, my cousin such and such. There's a certain woman where the reply she gives you, because it's her, it's believable. You understand? Because of her track record, it's believable. There's a certain woman, you're like, you're looking at her like, this is garbage. This is garbage. This is garbage. You understand? Just certain woman where you just like, this is, if you got niggas in your house, this is, okay, yeah, I'm gonna just get in drop. I'm gonna leave you alone. You see what I'm saying? There's two types of women. There's one you can trust in, and there's one where it's like the same situation. You look at her like, can't trust you. We don't.
So that he shall have no need of spoils.
Right, so now he ain't gotta go rob, kill, and steal. You see what I'm saying? He ain't gotta go do nothing grievous, because he can trust in her. No need of spoil. He knows that she's going to do whatever he tell her to do. She's going to get the job done. He ain't got to go rob and steal because he told her to go to work. You understand? Pay your half of the rent and go to work. She goes to work and pays her half of the rent. He has no need for spoil. You understand? He ain't got to go rob the family dollar. We don't.
Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
All the days of her life. You see what I'm saying? So as long as she's alive, she's gonna do good by you. You understand? As long as she got breath in her body, she's gonna treat you wonderfully. Brother, I've had that and I've had the opposite of that. I'm here to tell you that is better. It's way better when a woman just treats you nice every time you see it. Every time you see it, it's just, it's so joyous. And then there's times when you see women that's like, how you doing? It's just like you gotta say something, but you don't want to say something. You understand? There's just a certain endurance that's better than another one. All right, read on.
Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands.
Mm-hmm. It's a woman that loves to work, man. She loves to make that money. Get your woman that loves to make some chicken out of it. Let me tell you something. Me, okay, that's how I run my household. The way you run your household is important. If you want a woman that loves to work with her hands, which you should, then you go find a woman that works with her hands. Because there's one that will do that. Despite what the world looks like, there's women that will go and work with their hands. Whether they over here building their own business, whether they over here working for a corporation. You understand? Whether they just, whatever they doing, whether they what they do inside. Working on a cosmetics business, you know, women do nails and hair and eyelashes and stuff like that. Whether they doing that, there's women that love to put work in her. And then there's a woman that every time you look, it's like, you bummy mother. And you are always doing nothing. You're doing nothing. Even a woman that's a stay-at-home mother, if you a stay-at-home mother, you put working around the house, do you not? That house should be, why the house dirty? You ain't go to work today. Why the house dirty? You see what I'm saying? She should be cooking at least 4 days out the week. 4 Fridays out, at least 4 Fridays out the week. You're in the house. You were not just slaving for the oppressor. 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. Why ain't nothing made in here? Why I gotta come home and wait for the food to get done? Don't make no damn sense. Why I gotta come home and step over clothes? Don't make no damn sense. You see what I'm saying? Get your woman that works with her hands, by the way. No matter what type of work it is, monetary or non-monetary, Be a true woman that likes to put work in, brother. It makes your life easy and you're happy to see it. Read on.
Verse 14. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar.
Brother, if she got to hop in an Uber to go to work, she'll hop in an Uber to go to work. She got to travel an hour and a half. As a man, you already know how this goes. You got to travel an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to work. You going to do it. You ain't complaining, you ain't doing nothing. That's regular. For a woman to do that, a woman does that, let alone on some public transportation, brother, you should step back and look at her. Should have some version, small amount. That's a little bit right there. The willingness to go 90 minutes on his God-forsaken transit consistently, because you got to make that paper, bring it home to daddy. You might be able to step back and look at it. You understand? Drop that. Let me get 2 Corinthians 11:3. Now, we've been having wonderful times talking about the good qualities in women. Now, here's where I begin to become the person that women don't like. But they love me. Give me 2 Corinthians 11:3. Here's where the correction comes in at. Everything was, oh, she does this is wonderful. She does that, it's wonderful, right? Here's the flip side. Here's how you become the man that women don't like, but they love you, brother. You understand? Understand that difference. When women like you, you're her friend. When she don't like you, but she love you, you in them skins, brother. You understand? Do y'all understand what I'm saying, or is that going too far beyond heads? When a woman does not like you, but she loves you, you probably the one she gonna sleep with. When a woman likes you, she probably ain't gonna love you. If you're a likable man, ain't no one sleeping with you, brother. If you are a likable man, no. What? No. The man gotta run the house 50-50. You're likable. You're agreeable. You're not gonna get her skins. You can't lead her. You can't do anything for her. You understand? Can't do nothing for her. Me stop being self-centered. It's a lie. Man, at I.S.U.P.K. It's a lie. That sounded very arrogant and self-centered. It's a lie. I'm a little arrogant. All praise to the Most High. So I like you. Just don't want nothing to happen to me over this. I don't want nothing. I don't need to get struck down or nothing. Now you could tell her, ain't no such thing as 50-50. You want to do what? No, you can't do that. What? She gonna look at you, she gonna argue, she gonna and you gonna say no. She won't like you. She will love you though. You understand the difference? What you got? 1 Corinthians 11:3.
2 Corinthians, right?
No, 1 Corinthians.
Look at 1 Corinthians 11:3. Well, I can have it.
Good.
Okay. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is the Most High.
The head of every man is Christ, right? So you listen to nobody but these scriptures, the men above you in I.S.U.P.K, because we all listen to Christ. We listen to the Father, right? It's very simple. And the head of the woman is the man. Brother, in that house, you are God. You understand what I'm saying? When Moses told the Most High, I cannot speak properly. They will not listen to me because Moses had a stuttering problem. He said, Aaron will be your mouth, and you will be to Aaron as God. Meaning, you see how I'm talking to you with authority and everything I say goes 100%? Moses said, kind. He said, you're going to talk to Aaron, and everything you say goes 100%. You are to Aaron as I am to you. You are God in his eyes. You understand that? In your house with your woman, you are God in there. If she doesn't treat you the way you would treat Christ, go find another one. You understand? Go get it. That's why you said. That's why I said 7. Y'all understanding me now? That's why I said 7 here, 10 here. Solomon has 700. Brother, she might play all her cards right up until she get the rod. Soon as she get in your pants, true colors start to show. And it ain't always your fault. It ain't always, damn, should have better than more. Sometimes women play that game real good. Huh? You understand? Sometimes they play that game real good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you falling for it, you like, oh, I think this is weak. Soon as you get in your pants, brother, the whole demon come up. You like, I was about to, what's that Instagram? This is beyond me. You about to just go and be completely, what's the word, flabbergasted. You're just like, you're lost. You see what I'm saying? You're lost for words. In that house, what you say is 100% as law. She treats you the way you would treat Christ. If it ain't happening like that in your household, go create another household. All right? And the head of Christ is the Most High. That's self-explanatory. Drop that. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. And that's why I said women are never in the truth. Women are never in the truth because women follow you, brother. They follow you. They want your rod. They follow you. You understand? You follow God. And because you follow God, she follows you. Am I lying? Am I making it up? Am I talking? Am I tough talking? No, you just read that in 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. That's not tough talk. You follow God, she follows the rod. Read 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Now we're going to get into some of the bad characteristics that your women have that's messing up your love, sex, and marriage. I'm going to pick this up definitely next week. I got a bunch of scriptures I'm not going to get into, and I'll just throw those in with the pornography scriptures I have. Right? Some of your women, some women, they want sex, and oh, brother, I'm going to save that for next week. Oh, I'm going to save it for next week. Please do.
1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications
Corrupt
good manners.
What does that mean? Somebody talk to me. As a matter of fact, and I did need 2 Corinthians that last time, so we're going to go and pull that next. What does that mean that you just read? Somebody give me something. Nabiah, hold on a second. Nabiah.
It's just like the same way they say the bad apple corrupt the rest of the apple. So meaning like if you bad, what the scripture says evil communications corrupt good manners. Meaning like your spirit, it messes up your spirit. So therefore you will not be 100% one west where you're supposed to be because the evil communication mess up your spirit.
There you go. You ain't gonna be one west. Now, how does this affect your love, sex, and marriage? What am I pulling this scripture for? A lot of you are letting your women, unfortunately, have evil communications that disrupt their good manners. A woman is a child. When you send your child to school and your child comes back, what must you do? unindoctrinate them. They just went and learned for 6 to 8 hours, anywhere between, depending on the school, anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, how to be an American. If you're in one West, when they come home, you must now spend an hour or two unindoctrinated and teach them how to never be American and how to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if you're a woman. Your woman is running throughout the world. She has her little girlfriends who do not have a man like you. And they're running around and they're filling her head with ideas and they're going to the club and they're partying and they're doing this and they're doing that. And they're celebrating Christmas. I'm going to touch on Christmas. Not today, but I got y'all. They're doing a whole bunch of garbage and it's influencing her. She come home, start acting like garbage, and you scratching your head like, this is beyond me. Brother, evil communications corrupt good manners. You let your woman have all these friends. This is why women with male friends is disgusting. Brother, it's disgusting. Not only are those men, listen, I refuse to be friends. I don't know how brothers in the world get down. I do. But when I say I don't know how they get down, I don't know how they tolerate this. I refuse to be friends with a woman that I know I'm trying to sleep with. You understand? That's a male friend. A male friend is, damn, I wanted to sleep with her, but she said no. All right, I'm gonna be friendly. Brothers, it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Depending on the woman, depending on the brother, really depending on the woman, the type of woman. It works. Those men are emasculated, and that woman just loves the attention. A woman with male friends is disgusting, brother. It's utterly disgusting. It makes me want to puke. Now, you let your woman have it. Is it unlawful? No. No. When you wondering why you gotta beg for sex in your house, are you wondering why them dishes ain't never done? You wonder why it's an argument every time you talk to her? Are you wondering? Are you? Go ask Rashawn, who she runs to when she has problems. Y'all done talk for 2 weeks and all of a sudden she's talking to Rashawn again. That's just my friend. You understand? Those evil communications corrupt the good manners that you're putting nothing but good into her. She becomes evil because of who she's dealing with. Her little girlfriends. Her girlfriends are sluts and whores. Unfortunately. Why? They don't have men like you in their lives. Those evil communications will ruin your life. Right? Give me Ecclesiasticus 9:9. This one right here, I love this one, brother. Like, I always hated sitting with somebody else's wife. I just don't see the reason for having close friendship with women that don't serve a purpose in your life. So either a monetary, something to do with the Lord, or you're trying to make them your rig. They don't serve a purpose in your life, and I just don't understand the reason for you sitting with them, drinking with them, being in their purpose. I just don't see that. You see what I'm saying? I've never seen it. So reading Ecclesiastes 9:9 was like, oh, this makes perfect sense. Give me Ecclesiastes 9:9.
Ecclesiastes 9:9.
Mm-hmm.
Sit not at home with other men's wives.
Don't sit with another man's wife. Do not sit, brother. Don't sit with another. Oh no, brother, I was just chilling. Brother, how many movies have you seen where the best friend sleeps with his man? He sleeps with his man woman. How many black movies have you seen like that? Almost all of them. How many brothers you know in the world that have died behind that? Read on.
Nor sit with her in thy arms.
Don't be hugged up on her. Don't be all close up on her. You got no business doing that. Read. She shouldn't have SHALAM. You ain't got no business in that. Let me tell you something. When it comes to male friends, right? I think because we think very Western. You watch a movie in 2019, and it'll portray like a woman is able to have a male friend inside of her house and then have a game night and watch Monopoly, or he'll just come inside and he'll change the light bulb and they'll sip on a little wine and they'll just relax. And nothing happens. Yeah, okay. All right. Go ahead and let your woman do that. Go ahead and let her do that. Let her crack the wine open. Bring out your good glasses. Go ahead and let him do that for you. Go ahead and let him. Brother, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. It's not pretty. All right? Read.
And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Don't sit at the bar like, when I said I'd take you out to the bar, I will. But guess what? That first question you're going to ask that woman is, hey, what's going on? What's going on, sis? How you doing? How you doing? Looking all right. You got a man? That's the first thing that's going to come out your mouth. That better be the first thing that come out your mouth. Because what's the purpose? You see where I'm going with this? What's the purpose of talking to her if she has a man? Oh, yeah, just talking about stocks. NASDAQ and sports. No, it was just conversation. I got you, brother. I got you. You must be one of them brothers that paint, that sit all day and with their paint and with the Beretta and the pants that stop at their calf with the striped shirt and they have no muscle tone with the leg with their arms crossed. Yeah, those men are able to just talk to women they just want to talk to because those are the women, those are the men we want to sleep with. You in here, brother, you better be asking, how you doing? You looking all right? You got a man? If you ain't asking if she got a man, brother, you are opening the door of hell for yourself. Yeah, something to say?
So like I said, if I could, in the UPK, we're not even allowed to inbox a married woman.
Yeah, like don't they like what you want her inbox for? What the hell are you talking about? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what the hell are you talking about? I never understood it and I never will understand it. You understand? There's a certain code, a certain way you carry yourself as a man. Oh, she got a man? I'm gone. No sweat. Pew! I'm gone. You understand? So when you carry yourself. All right? Read on.
Let thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire, thy fall into destruction.
Now you're gonna say, she gonna. Now you done slept with her. The husband walking the door the next morning. Argue with her, argue with you, stand off, she breaking it up. And let me give you the movie outline, 2019. She had this man for 3 years, 4 years, and the spark just wasn't there anymore. And then she found her soulmate. Brother, you go ahead and let your woman talk to Raheem so Raheem can be her soulmate. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it, brother. Don't be calling me crying. I ain't know Raheem is going to be her soulmate. Yeah, all right. All right. That is her soulmate. They was both disgusting even from the start. That soulmate crap is garbage. Let me see. Give me 1 Corinthians 15 and 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. We'll touch on the rest of these scriptures when I pull this pornography breakdown on next week. 2 Corinthians 11:3. What's going on?
Okay, so I got it.
What's like that?
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Hakim got it? But I feel less by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
You understand me? Meaning, the serpent beguiled Eve through subtlety. So your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity. You know what I'm saying? To follow Christ is actually a simple path. And to get thrown off the path is just corruption, right? Here's the lesson that I'm teaching out of this breakdown. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. If you are letting serpents around your woman and then wondering why your woman is no longer who you raised her to be, you can effectively look at those serpents and look at, oh, this is what happened. Your woman is impressionable. Women are always and forever clay. They never become that hardened pot that a man does in truth. You understand? Women are like clay that stays clay forever. They're children that never grow up. You were a child once. You became a man. She was a little girl once. She's a big little girl now. That's it. She's a woman who's a child. Mm-hmm. She's clay that can never harden. Whether you were clay, you came into the ISUPK, got molded, became a hardened pot. That woman will always be clay, and you will be spending the rest of your life molding her. Do you understand? And as the serpent beguiled Eve through something, you have to protect her from those things. And certain women just want to be around them, right? Certain women want to be beguiled. You understand? Certain women want to just be beguiled. They want to have whores for friends. They want to listen to their girlfriends. They want to have the male friends. They want to be disrespectful. Certain women want to do that. That's just in them. Certain women, you ain't got to convince them to do it. They naturally want to be nasty. You let them do it. All right? With that being said, this was love, sex, and marriage, the one West way. You want good love in your relationship? Then you lay your foot down and you tell her this is what's happening, this is what's not happening. All right? She won't like you, but she'll love you. You want sex? Damn, brother, you do what I just told you to do. Put your foot down, this is what's happening, this is what's not happening. All right? Boom, that's the sex in the relationship. If she don't give it to you, brother, go get 7 more. Go get 7 more. You're the priest. You understand? You're the priest. For a woman to say, nah, I can't handle that. Forget her. I don't want that. Forget her. Do you know who you are? You understand? The Most High looks down at you and you're something amazing. Do you know who you are? Just because she don't know, don't mean you let her convince you that, oh man, I'm waking up. Oh man. Brother, forget her. All right? You want a good marriage? Follow laws, statutes, and commandments and lay your damn foot down. Don't let Raheems come in and out your woman's house. Don't let her friends influence her. And put your damn foot down in every instance. All right? That being said, we're going to wrap this class up. Any questions y'all got, save them for next week. I'll touch on it next week, all right? Next week, we're going to touch on pornography, sex toys, and a little bit more on this love, sex, and marriage. All right? That being said, Majim. In the Israel, working is root in Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Rock, Yahabba, Shimi, Al-Shabbat, Thumb, Majim Matah, any sisters that's online or in the class, in the Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Rock, Yahabba, Shema, Thumb, Shimi, Al-Shabbat, Majim Matah, dismissed.